Hello and welcome to Lois and Morgana Davidson Art. It's Morgana here, and today I'm sharing this sweet springtime watercolour demonstration of this lovely pair of blackbirds among the cherry blossoms. I'm painting on Arches brand hot press paper today, size A4, and as you can see here I've already sketched a really simple outline of this pair of birds in pencil ready to paint. I'm laying down a wash of clean water first so I can paint the background wet in wet. The first colour I'm laying down is a small amount of raw sienna. It's my favourite colour to begin a painting with, particularly a springtime one, because I think it gives everything that soft hint of a golden sunny glow. Next is a nice bright lush green colour. This is Hooker's Green Light from Winsor & Newton's Topman Colours, but you could of course use any green that you like here, or indeed switch out any and all of these colour choices for your own paints of preference. I'll also be using Ultramarine Blue for the sky, some Permanent Rose for the blossoms, and some raw umber for the branches today. I'm applying all these background colours using this soft stippling motion, using my mop brushes to create the loose impression of the softness of dappled light as it drifts through the new spring leaves and bright blossoms. Now I'm happy with the placement of all the different colours in my wash, so I'm just going to go over a couple of areas with richer paint just to intensify the colour in some parts. Make sure you do this using less watery paint than you use for the wash, otherwise any excess water will bloom out and disturb the pigment, which can cause cauliflowers and unwanted splotchy marks. I'm also using a very small quantity of raw umber to add these very thin branches, and I'm doing this while the wash is still just damp, so the lines I'm making soften down a little but don't diffuse completely into the wash. It helps to give the impression of a softer, slightly blurred backdrop, where the blackbirds will of course take centre stage. After setting the wash aside and allowing it to dry completely, we can start work on painting the birds. I'm beginning using Payne's grey, and this handsome fellow is actually drawn from one of my own photographs of a blackbird that I took this winter of this lovely chap who was feasting on hawthorn berries at the time. I'm using my synthetic quill brush from Da Vinci for this part of the painting. This is a size 0 and it's a really lovely soft but flexible springy brush. I'm making sure I vary the intensity of colour here from really quite dark around the head and the neck to paler in other parts. If your colour does end up drying back too pale, then don't worry, we will always come back and add some more layers after this area has fully dried. Now it's time to introduce some richer colour. I'm using richer, darker Payne spray here in another layer to build up some more darks and details. Now I'm switching colours from grey to black. This is lamp black paint which I'm using for the final layers of detail on this male blackbird. I followed exactly the same process that you've just watched for the female blackbird, which you can see on the right here. The only difference is that I used sepia paint with a touch of Payne's grey in it, as the female blackbird's feathers are brown coloured while the males are a true black. A small amount of sunny cadmium yellow hue is the perfect shade to paint the bright ring around the bird's eye and his yellow beak. I'm using lamp black again here, this time to carefully add those final touches to his eye. The branches I am painting very simply, using raw umber mixed with a little bit of Payne's grey, painted on quite loosely, then dabbed in areas using a scrunched up piece of tissue or kitchen towel to easily create a really nice simple mottled texture. I'm also going to add some pink spatter detail across the blossom areas. This is a completely optional step, and you can see that I've soft masked both these birds using a piece of tissue, as I don't want to get pink spatters of paint all over them. So here we are, this is the finished painting. A lovely springtime scene with this sweet pair of songbirds against that lovely frothy pink of the cherry blossoms. So thank you very much everybody for watching today. I do hope that you enjoyed the demo or took something useful away from it. If you did like this video, then there are many more like it on my Patreon page, which you can sign up for by clicking on the link below the video. But that's all from me today, so I wish you all a wonderful week everybody, and of course very happy painting.